explanation of his relationship with the woman was absolutely fanciful and ridiculous. And weeks is that Meghan has got no real income anymore. She's finished.
Right.
The Netflix series is way beyond herself because she really doesn't understand the British royal family or Britain.
You're not even ready for this. Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew, two names that honestly should never be in the same sentence. She was Hollywood sparkle turned Duchess dream. He was the Queen's son, born into a world of crowns and secrets. Worlds apart, right? But what if I told you they weren't? What if Meghan had been walking in Andrew's circles long before Prince Harry ever appeared? Private parties, Mediterranean yachts, billionaire getaways. She wasn't just dipping her toes in royalty, she was already swimming in it. And the trail? Oh, it's been there the whole time, hiding in plain sight. By the end of this, that innocent moment when Meghan asked, "Who's that standing next to your grandma?" will sound like something else entirely. Because trust me, this story goes way deeper than the fairy tale they sold us. So picture this. Meghan standing in Buckingham Palace, meeting the Queen for the first time, the moment every little girl dreams of, right? She's nervous, glowing, ready to meet the family. The pressure's off the charts. The Queen's there. The corgis are probably judging her. The walls smell like history. And every second counts.
Bauer just tore Meghan Markle's image to pieces. From yacht girl whispers to shocking royal...
Then Prince Andrew walks up, the Queen's son. Not some random uncle you forget at family dinners. We're talking about that Prince Andrew. Decades of headlines, controversies, the man whose face has been on magazines and news for most of his life. And Meghan turns to Harry and asks, "Who's that standing next to your grandma?" You could practically hear the palace walls gasp. She didn't recognize him? The Queen's own son? Oh, come on. She looked at the monarch of England like she was just Harry's grandma and Andrew. Just some guy. It was innocent, charming even. Like she was untouched by the royal machine, so humble, so sweet, so Hollywood.
I thought that Meredith Maines, who is a very aggressive PR for the Sussexes.
That's the version we all got the fairy tale. The American girl who didn't know a thing about the royals, who fell for a prince because love doesn't see titles. It's a cute story, the kind that makes people root for you, makes you relatable, the perfect outsider. But here's where things start to fall apart. When you trace Meghan's steps before Harry, every event, every random connection, that innocent moment starts to look more like an act. Because this woman hadn't stumbled into the palace, she'd been orbiting that world for years.
Bauer just discovered one of the most puzzling age mysteries in modern royal history. In his words, the version of Meghan the public...
Private gatherings, champagne-only guest lists, the kind of parties where cameras are banned and billionaires rub shoulders with royals. Meghan wasn't the wide-eyed outsider she played on TV. She was already moving through those rooms, quietly, deliberately. The girl who asked, "Who's that?" might have already known exactly who was standing there. Because back then, before Suits, before the fame, Meghan was already playing a very different game. Rewind the clock, early 2000s. She's not the Duchess yet, just another ambitious actress hustling for auditions. But she's not doing it like everyone else. She's strategic. A British journalist remembers grabbing drinks with her years before she ever met Harry, when she was still a nobody. And even then, Meghan wasn't talking about Hollywood fame. She wanted British fame. She wanted her name in UK, tabloids, British contacts, a doorway into that world. She even floated her love life into the conversation, mentioning soccer star Ashley Cole, testing what would make headlines, what would stick.
Because hoped it would show.
Oh, that's such a good point. Jobson?
Well, I mean,
But when the journalist brought up Ashley's scandals, Meghan's face dropped. It wasn't shock, it was calculation. She'd misstepped, revealed too much. That moment showed who she really was, a woman studying the board, plotting the next move. Meghan wasn't chasing acting gigs, she was chasing access. Because fame wasn't the goal, influence was. And that influence came from the world surrounding people like Prince Andrew. And then comes the name. Yuan Elash, billionaire, shadow mogul. A man who doesn't appear on Forbes lists because he doesn't need to. The kind of man who moves in Andrew's world, same events, same yachts, same no photos crowd. Suddenly, Meghan's mysterious college disappearances make sense. Her sorority sisters at Northwestern said she'd vanished for weeks, no explanations, no calls. Then she'd come back with stories that sounded like movie scripts, Mediterranean yachts, secret weekends, glamorous older men, and one name kept coming up, Yuan. The name stuck because none of them could forget it. Her friends thought she was just telling tall tales, college exaggerations, because who believes a student actress was lounging on Mediterranean yachts with billionaires? But then, one detail kept lining up too perfectly to ignore. Meghan herself later mentioned she'd traveled to Thailand in 2001, right around the same time Prince Andrew was taking trips there too. Different excuses, same locations, same circles. Coincidence? Maybe. But when the same names and places start repeating across years, that's not coincidence, that's a pattern. Fast forward a few years, Meghan's resume looks clean: Northwestern graduate, international internship, the polished version every magazine loved to print. But when researchers looked closer, they found a 3-month gap in her timeline, a blank spot she's never addressed. University records show she was supposed to be studying in Spain that semester, yet no one's ever heard a single story from that trip. No photos, no blogs, no "I got lost in Madrid" anecdotes. It's like Spain never happened. And when people who knew her then were asked, they said those months weren't about studying at all. They were about luxury villas, private events, and connections that money or the right sponsor could buy. And guess who was documented in those exact regions at the same time? Yuan Elash, the same billionaire from Andrew's orbit, the same one her college friends remembered her talking about. The overlap was uncanny, a semester abroad on paper, but in reality, it looked more like a networking expedition, a carefully plotted masterclass in how to meet the right people and stay unforgettable while doing it. Years later, when she finally landed the role on Suits in 2012, everything looked like a hard-earned Hollywood success. But if you looked at the details, the business class flights, the exclusive events, none of it matched her status on the show. She wasn't a lead, she wasn't the face of the series, and yet, she was being flown to Hong Kong, treated like an A-lister. Something or someone was giving her VIP access. During that Hong Kong trip, she did a routine interview with Diva Universal. Everything seemed normal until she casually mentioned that Prince Andrew was in town. Not some royal, not a prince, but Andrew by name. Just slipped it in, like small talk. That clip? It's gone now. Wiped clean from the internet, not archived, not mirrored, not saved, gone. And interviews don't vanish like that unless somebody powerful wants them gone. The kicker? Prince Andrew really was in Hong Kong that week. Verified. The exact same days. People who worked the event, venues, hotel staff, assistants later said Meghan was seen circulating through the same lounges, the same VIP areas where Andrew's group stayed. No photos, of course. Cameras weren't allowed, but multiple witnesses said she was there quiet, composed, and completely comfortable. Once again, she was in the room. Always in the room, never in the spotlight. By 2015, the pattern was impossible to ignore. Meghan wasn't a superstar yet, but somehow she was always present in ultra-select gatherings. Soho House, Istanbul. The kind of event where only names that matter get on the list, and Meghan was there, posing next to Eddie Redmayne, smiling like she belonged. The Daily Mail ran the photo, captioned "Everyone except her," as if someone deliberately wanted her name missing. That kind of erasure isn't oversight, it's orchestration. And the man behind Soho House? Ron Burkle, billionaire, global connector, and yes, part of Andrew's extended orbit. He didn't just open the door for Meghan, he escorted her through it. A private jet here, an invitation there. When Burkle vouches for someone, it signals to the elite that this person isn't just passing through. They belong. And belonging is everything in that world. So when Meghan arrived at the Soho House opening, when she mingled among moguls and royals, she wasn't the starry-eyed actress trying to fit in. She was the woman placed there perfectly, deliberately. And where Burkle's network flowed, Andrew's followed. Overlapping social circles, familiar names, same yachts, same venues. Meghan wasn't an outsider anymore. She was one of them. When Meghan started showing up in those circles, yachts, fashion weeks, private dinners, it wasn't random anymore. It was deliberate positioning. She wasn't there as the actress from Suits. She was listed as a model, a philanthropist, a socialite, anything but what she actually was. It's like someone was rewriting her resume in real time, polishing her image for a different kind of stage. The red carpet she wanted wasn't Hollywood, it was royal blue. Photos from those years show Meghan blending into high-end gatherings, sitting beside tycoons, influencers, designers, the kind of crowd you don't even get near without someone powerful vouching for you. And that someone? Always connected back to Andrew's world, his friends, his fundraisers, his events, different countries, different years, but always the same social web, the same names. Then, 2017 arrived, the year everything quietly clicked into place. Harry's longtime friend Tom Inskip was getting married in Jamaica. An intimate tropical celebration with a guest list packed with British elite and royal relatives. Andrew, Fergie, Princess Eugenie, all confirmed attendees. And who else happened to be there? Meghan. But not flying commercial like Harry. No. She arrived on Ron Burkle's private jet, the same Burkle who'd been quietly sponsoring her social ascension for years. That single decision, that flight, spoke volumes. It meant she wasn't coming in as a date. She was coming in as someone who already belonged. Because in that world, the jet you arrive on says everything about your status. Meghan wasn't crashing the royal party. She was invited to it. But here's the twist. No photos. Not one shot of Andrew, Fergie, Eugenie, or Meghan at that wedding. And in 2017, that's unheard of. Everyone had smartphones. Everyone was posting. But somehow, the most photographed family on Earth managed to disappear from every frame. No candid snaps, no tagged images, nothing. It was as if someone went out of their way to erase the evidence. Handlers controlled every angle, every lens. It was PR choreography at its finest. And when the dust settled, what story did the world hear? The fairy tale. The American Girl meets Prince version, perfectly edited and emotionally packaged. But behind the curtain, it looked like the final move in a strategy that had been years in the making. From yachts in the Mediterranean to Soho House in Istanbul, from the vanished Hong Kong interview to the ghost semester in Spain, every step led her closer to the palace gates. When Meghan walked into Buckingham Palace and asked, "Who's that standing next to your grandma?" maybe she truly didn't recognize Andrew. Or maybe she knew exactly who he was and knew that pretending not to would make the perfect impression, because playing the outsider was her smartest move. The girl who didn't know the rules could never be accused of breaking them. The woman who seemed overwhelmed by the crown could never be seen as calculating. And maybe that's the real brilliance of Meghan Markle's story. While the world was busy romanticizing her love story, she was quietly rewriting her own myth. Every smile, every photo, every absence, it all fit. By the time the cameras turned on her, she was already deep inside the palace walls, holding the narrative in her hands. She didn't stumble into royalty. She built the staircase herself, one invitation, one whispered introduction, one perfectly timed appearance at a time. She made sure that when she finally stood in front of the Queen, she looked like she'd just happened to arrive there. But in truth, she'd been on that path all along. Because in Meghan's world, magic isn't real, strategy is. And sometimes, the most powerful move of all is pretending you don't even know the game you're winning.